It's coming in. There's the big update on Amethi. Amethi is the big shocker. We expected maybe not so much of a shocker from Rai Bareli, but we didn't expect it from Amethi either. I want to go across. Gundurao, thanks a lot for joining us. Many congratulations. We'll look at how things eventually fall as far as the very last seat is concerned. Abhijit, I want to come to you on Uttar Pradesh. We were discussing the big story, but look at Amethi. Did you see that coming at all?
Yes, sir. No, I don't think many of us saw that coming at all. Overall, UP results will be very, very disappointing for the BJP. But Shivani, this has been more of a regional central election. You know, if you look at the trend across the country, you know, MP, for instance, BJP has swept. Delhi, all the seats are with BJP. Now, UP, Maharashtra and Bengal, three largest states, BJP has ceded a fair bit of ground in all these. I mean, shocking setbacks in UP and Maharashtra. In Bengal, they were hoping to do better. They have done much worse. So, obviously, there are factors local to those states that are at work. I don't think there is a overall trend here. The trend is probably that the regional leaders, regional parties have risen again.
Okay. Before we talk about the other talking points that we're picking up from, let's say, an Odisha or a West Bengal or Rajasthan for that matter, which is seeing a very interesting fight, what do you think really worked out for the Samajwadi Party? Is it, you know, the caste calculations that the Samajwadi Party went ahead with? Many say the focus was not as much on the MY factor as it was on the PDA.
I think, you know, this election has seen the comeback of the Muslim vote.
Okay.
The relevance of the Muslim vote. Muslims, it seems, have voted strategically, determinedly, and you know, that has been a big factor in UP, especially helping the Samajwadi Party and eventually, of course, the larger India Alliance. That is one. The Dalit vote, which has completely vanished from behind Mayawati, probably is another very big factor, you know, and it has probably gone to the India Alliance instead of the BJP. So that could be another, you know, solid setback for the UP, for the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. These two seem right now to be the main prominent factors. You know, there has been a fair bit of delivery under the Modi government, but one has to probably realize that the hype around that still did not match up to reality on the ground.
Okay.
Probably. Or maybe the voters are expecting more.
Ram Pratap Singh of the Samajwadi Party is actually with us. Mr. Singh, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही होगी? The numbers are extremely encouraging for the Samajwadi Party. I would say not just encouraging, they are actually great for the Samajwadi Party. Last assembly elections, Samajwadi Party had fought alone and kind of grown or bounced back a little bit against the resurgent BJP. This time around, not many gave you this big a chance. Your thoughts on the verdict and what this means for the India Alliance?
Thank you. It's been a very big day for the Indian democracy and the constitution. And I would like to take you back to about 2 months ago when Samajwadi Party launched their manifesto. And our manifesto talked about how this election was all about saving the constitution, how constitution and its basic tenets were possibly under stress. And that was one of the major issues that we went for the elections. And the second big issue that we talked about was unemployment, and rampant unemployment through several remote districts of Uttar Pradesh is a real issue on the ground, which, and we also highlighted the fact that the BJP had lost touch with the realities on the ground. And if you look at their campaign and their rhetoric, how negative it was. So all these factors put together, I think the electorate realized that we have to give an opportunity to in an election and make people win who would fight for their issues, who stand for their issues. And that's what's led to a shift, a tectonic shift, I would say here, in the Dalit vote bank, in the backwards reconsolidating with Samajwadi and the India bloc. And of course, there is one very significant shift that has happened, that the youth in the employable range of 18 to 30, which was blindly supporting BJP in last several elections on issues which were not real, which was related to Hindutva, which were related to temple, etc. There, once the detailed analysis comes out, you will realize that there has been a big shift towards the India alliance, where they are now looking from us as some real solutions, UP being such a large state and a very young state at that. So possibly the impact of unemployment is being felt hugely here. And then add to that the agrarian distress, which
Mr.
did
Ram
not
Pratap
end
Singh, do
with the
you
NDA.
actually believe it was more about the local issues, about unemployment, the Agniveer scheme, so on and so forth, as the Samajwadi Party is very well trying to project as well? Or was it about a very calculated, strategic move on part of the Samajwadi Party to get the caste equations right? And I keep reiterating that, Shivani, because look at the choices made by the Samajwadi Party. 15 Dalit candidates fielded, 27 other OBCs and 4 Muslims. Abhijit was pointing out about the Muslim vote really, but I think it's gone much beyond that this time around.
No, so they've obviously played the caste rhetoric very, very well, and that is where I remember when the first constitution will be changed narrative was started. It was the likes of the deputy chief ministers in Uttar Pradesh, it was the likes of Yogi Adityanath himself who came out and gave sound bites to say that, listen, this is not what is going to happen. We've got Anil Antony and Tuhin Sinha also joining us. Tuhin, why don't I give you a word before I go across to...
Thanks so much for watching CNBC TV 18. For all the breaking news and top stories, keep following us on all our social media platforms.